HyroTrader can give you up to $200,000 to trade crypto. Okay, and you're paying about $1,400 or thereabout to get a $200,000 account to trade crypto. What a lot of you don't understand is if I have 1,500, the reason why I always go for a pro firm account, if I have 1,500 as my trading capital, right, and I go into trading with it, definitely I want to be risking about 1 or 3% of that capital in every trade, right? And what I'm looking at is $50, or maybe I can go as high as $150 in that particular account. But what if I have the power to increase my margin? Right? Now, if I'm risking $50, $150 per trade, I'll be tempted to increase my leverage. If, for instance, I trade a particular token that can give me up to 200x leverage, or up to 50x leverage, or up to 75x leverage, or even 25x leverage, I'll be tempted to use high leverage. And what's the reason for using high leverage? Because I want to make maybe that 100% that I'm looking at, or that 200% that I'm looking at fast, right? So that's why I decide to go with a pro firm account. Now, with that pro firm account, if I buy a 200K account with $1,500, and I have bigger capital, so it means that I can be risking up to 5,000 or even up to 10,000 as my margin per trade. Now, with that, I don't really need, with the $10,000 as your margin per trade, or with the $5,000 as your margin per trade, I don't really need 50x leverage. Okay? And I don't really need 100%. If I get 100%, glory be to God. But I don't really need 100% to be able to make a reasonable amount of money in the market. So if I enter a trade with 10K and I'm using 5x leverage, or let's say I'm using 10x leverage, and that trade moves up by 5% or 10%, for instance, these bands that I had here on 𝗕𝗲𝗙, right? The bands that we have here on 𝗕𝗲𝗙, if you check, this market is already up by 12%. So with a 10x leverage, this is 120% already. So it means if I've entered this trade with 5K, I'm already up by 120%. Within how many minutes of trading? Within less than, this thing is less than, let's check. Okay, from when I enter that trade right here, is in less than 5 hours or thereabout, right? Less than 5 hours, I would have been up by 120% with a 10x leverage. If I use a 5x leverage, I would have been up by over 60% on that particular margin that I've entered. Let's say I entered the trade with 5K because I now have a bigger capital to trade with, or I enter that trade with 10K and all of that. So 60% of 10K or 60% of 5K, that is what you would have made, which you wouldn't have ordinarily made with your $1,000 or your $1,500, right? That is the whole reason why I go for a pro firm account. Now, with that, if I'm not too greedy and if I'm not too fearful, I don't need to overstress myself to be able to make a reasonable amount of money in the market. Okay, so you can now use this example. If you are buying, the least you can buy here, okay, the least account you can get funded is 5K. So you can also, okay, I can buy 5K for $100. I have $100 in trading. Now, normally, if I want to trade with my $100, what happened? I want to be risking $3 to $10 at most in that with that particular $100. Now, what if I buy a 5K account? It means that I can increase my risk to about $50 or even $100 per trade. So it means for every trade that I would have, let's say if I was risking $10 with my initial $100 per trade, if that trade goes against, it goes in my favor by 100%, right? I would have made additional $10. Now, if I now increase that by 10 times by buying a 5K account and I'm risking $100 per trade, it means if a trade goes in my favor by 100%, I'm making additional $100 against the initial $10 that I would have made if I was trading with my initial capital, right? That's the whole essence of pro firm account. And the thing is, pro firms are for those who know how to trade. That is why there is a stage of evaluation. That stage of evaluation, when you need to do 10% or do 5% of the capital that the pro firm is giving you, is they want to know if you can handle the money they're giving to you. Okay, that's another thing. So then you must go through the evaluation phase. No pro firm platform out there, no real pro firm platform out there that will fund you to trade without going through the phase of evaluation. Except if they know you already that, oh, you've been killing record everywhere. That is when they can give you an account to trade. But everybody has to go through that phase of evaluation. And the money you use to buy a HyroTrader a funded account, whether it is the 200K account, which will cost you approximately 1,400, at the end of the day, if you pass the challenge, the money is returned back to you. If you pass the challenge, they will fund you. Okay. And the evaluation phase is done on a demo account. Don't say, oh, because it's a demo account, it doesn't count. It counts because once you reach the maximum drawdown or the daily drawdown, you will get disqualified. Okay. So those are the few things I needed to address with the HyroTrader or the funded account platform. Those of you who have been in Forex understand more about proof firm. Okay. Proof firms are not platforms that dash you money. The money they are giving you is not withdrawable. Okay. You need to work for it. You link up your Bybit account to this platform via API. Okay, via API, you cannot withdraw the money. And even when you make profit, even when you double the amount that they have given you, the funding account that they have given you, you cannot withdraw. You need to request. And then when you request, they will now say, oh, you made 10,000 today, you made 20,000 today. The profit split is 30-70. So you take 70% of the profit you made, and then 30% comes to us. All right. So these are people who have money. They are in business of making profit. So they are looking for traders. You can stay from the comfort of your home. All you just need to do is to trade for them. And at the end of the day, you keep a bigger share of whatever profit you make, and then you give them the smaller share. Okay. You can get up to 90% of the profit you make. Okay. The profit split is up to 90%. So the choice is yours. If you want to get a funded account, get a funded account. Funding account or proof firm accounts are not for people who want to learn trading. It is for people who already know how to trade. Don't tell me, oh, I have $100. I want to use that and buy a proof firm account and see if I can pass. Just be using your $100 to play around. Once you test a particular strategy or you know how to trade, you can now apply to get a funded account. Proof firm account platforms are not for people who wants to learn how to trade. It is for people who already know how to trade, who already understand risk management. Okay? So those are the few things that you guys need to understand if you want to get a proof firm account. Okay, the link will be in the video description. The link will be on the Telegram as well. So all you just need to do is to go ahead and get it with a 5% discount, and you can get an account and start trading. If you do 10% in one trade, I'm already trading a 100K account, and this time around, I am actually holding this 100K account like an egg. I don't want to lose this account this time around, guys. Okay, I don't want to fail this account this time around. And the result has actually been wonderful. I'm already up by more than 3% on that account. So yeah, let's see how it goes. And what I do is between 4K, 5K, that's what I use as margin. And I'm using a 5x leverage. Okay, I'm using between 5 and 10x leverage, but 5x leverage is my preferred leverage. And once I'm up by 2-3% in a particular trade, okay, I'm securing profit immediately. So that's just what I wanted to address. For those of you who have been asking questions about the proof firm platform and the rest, that's how it works. Okay, don't say, why would they trust me with their money? They are not giving you the money. They are creating a platform for you, and they fund the platform. You just need to come and trade, and the result is showing. You can see the result, they can see the result, and when you default, they will cut you off. Okay, but if you keep doing good, they will keep giving you bonuses, keep upgrading you. And once you make profit and you request for withdrawal, you take your share, they take their share, and you start all over again, right? That is how it works. Okay, I hope you get that. Any question as regards this? Can we proceed? Okay, any question as regards the proof firm platform? Any?
Point do you read that proven platform they will cut you off? At what point, like how much do you need to use for the cut you off?
Okay, the daily drawdown, there is a daily drawdown, and then there is overall drawdown. So the overall drawdown, which is 10%, means that if I lose $10 today, I lose $20 tomorrow, I lose $30 next tomorrow. If all of them join together is up to 10%, you have automatically filled the account, right? So overall drawdown is 10%, and then the daily drawdown is 5%. Then for the one phase, if you are doing the one phase, the overall drawdown is 6%, and then the daily drawdown is 4%. So that's how it works. You must keep to that. You are not supposed to lose up to that in a day. If you lose it, you lose the account. And then you're not supposed to lose up to 6 or 10% in all. If you lose that, if you lose up to that, you lose the account. That's how it works. I don't know if that is clear.